Hi everyone, delonewolf here and welcome back to the Sunday recap, my weekly vlog where I talk a little bit about my last week in games. As always, we'll start with some EVE Online, and in EVE I've mostly been doing some exploration. I've actually been testing out all of the exploration changes with the persistent signatures, and that has helped me a lot. For instance, I found out that you don't need to scan them to 100% in order to remember them. So once you find out that it's, let's say, a wormhole or a data or relic site and you're not interested in them, you can actually switch to a next signature and it will actually keep that information, although the percentage may vary when you come back into that same system later on. Loot wise, it's been going pretty well. I have some full adaptive pieces that dropped, and those do tend to be worth around 100 million a piece. And then of course, once you get like a wrapper or something like that from the true Sanshat to drop, that is also a good bit of ISK. So it's actually been going really well with the exploration this week. I've been keeping up with the PI and my blueprint copy business. I think it's going down. Honestly, I think that demand is actually going down a little bit, although the Raitaru blueprint copy is still doing very well and is actually doing a lot better than the Astraeus blueprint copy. And as I said, when it comes to the parts of structures, I think that demand is down a little bit. So I only need to do maybe 2 trips every week now in order to keep up with the contracts there. So that's unfortunate. A little bit less revenue, but it's also late summer. We also saw from EVE Talk that PI is maybe still going down a little bit at the moment, so it's gonna be interesting to see what happens in August and September, I think. And other than that, I'm eagerly awaiting any more information that CCP will give us on the next updates that they're planning for EVE Online and the winter expansion, of course. Next to that, maybe quickly on the CCP front, I should also mention that EVE Valkyrie is going to come to the PC somewhere late September, so that is something that I'm also looking forward to, and I definitely will purchase that and will take a look at Valkyrie once it's no longer a VR only. Next up, we have some Heroes of the Storm. Now, that's a bit more of a mixed bag for me, because in the first part of the week I've just been doing the regular stuff, keep up with the daily quests, earn the gold. I know that Kel'Thuzad is coming there, so I'm definitely going to keep 10,000 gold in reserve for him. He seems like a pretty interesting hero. And he is ranged as well, which is my favorite playstyle in Heroes of the Storm. But later on in the week, in fact just yesterday, some problems started to pop up. So I think maybe it started when I went for full graphics Guild Wars 2. I had these strange crashes a couple of times. I put the graphics lower and that did fix things. But now I had the same crash in Heroes of the Storm. It was just continuous. I couldn't get that to fix. So I think that there is a power issue, an issue to the power supply. I ordered a new one and I reinstalled Heroes of the Storm. Putting the graphics on like the medium setting seems to be helping so far, but that's basically where I started to really find out that there's probably something wrong with the power supply on my PC. So yeah, we'll have to see how that evolves. I'm gonna try to keep up with the daily quests, and maybe I'll just for standard on any game that I play at the moment, I'll just downgrade the graphics a little bit. What I think is happening is that when the graphics card has to go all out, it needs a lot more juice, and for some reason it's probably not getting that anymore, and then it's just saying, all right, I'm stopping, because most of the crashes were happening when the game just started. So very annoying situation, but yeah, I'm looking into it, and I'll see to it that the game's content can keep coming. But other than that, Heroes of the Storm still on my agenda and still very enjoyable for me. Played some Sylvanas, played some Zagara later in the week, and it was basically when I tried out Nazeebo a couple of times that the crashes started. So I thought I'd make a video on that. That didn't work out because I kept crashing in the game. Anyways, that was Heroes of the Storm. We'll see, maybe with the Kel'Thuzad update that I'll come out with some extra videos on that or something like that. And finally we have Guild Wars 2, which I'm playing on the lower graphic settings, so maybe to complete the story here, when I'm playing Eve or when I'm playing Guild Wars 2, I have no problems. So that is, it's definitely, I think, when the graphics cards needs to be pushed a little bit, that's when the problems show up for the PC. And so in Guild Wars 2 I'm just keeping the graphic settings low, just to make sure that everything keeps working, and that's been going pretty well. I'm actually enjoying Guild Wars 2 quite a lot. I went for that because I found out with Albion Online that a second MMO is very hard to combine with EVE Online, and Guild Wars 2 was basically described as the king of the casuals a little bit, and so far I must agree with that title, because leveling up is really easy, it's very smooth, it also doesn't really feel like you need to put that much effort to go from level 40 to 41 compared to maybe 10 to 11, so all of that feels very smooth and definitely not like a massive increase in time spent or time needed or anything like that. What I especially like is I can just roam around, and even if I go to a starting zone for a different race, I can still do all the quests there, do all the missions there, explore around a little bit, and I'll still get good XP, drop that door appropriate to my actual level, and the game does down level you so that you're not super powerful and you don't one-shot everything, but it keeps everything very smooth and very engaging. So I think I'm on my 4th starting zone at the moment, and I'm like level 41, so I still need to do the 4th storyline as well, which is a nice little distraction that you get every 10 levels. You get a special mission where you go into instant zones, it's just for you, and it tells a little bit of a story that will depend, I think, on the race and the no, probably only on the race, I think, that you choose, maybe also on the class that you chose. And I'm playing an Azura Elementalist, so a small little guy that can dish out quite a little bit of damage. And the final aspect that I really like there is the ability to switch to like different aspects. As an Elementalist, I can go fire for full damage, but if there's some sort of group content that's popping up, then I just switch to water, and I can actually support everyone with some healing as well, which is very nice. So Guild Wars 2 so far for me, definitely something that I can actually see myself combine with EVE Online. My goal is to get to level 60 so that I can do world versus world, which I think is pretty cool. While it's not super specialized, it's mostly about Zergs there. I do think that could be a pretty cool way to enjoy Guild Wars 2 as well from time to time, and so that's basically my goal. I want to keep exploring the game, get to level 60, get to the world versus world. I think it's 3 always, and just check the game out from there. If I enjoy it enough, then I'll probably buy the expansions come September, when the expansion Path of Fire comes out for Guild Wars 2. But so far, even for the free-to-play Guild Wars 2, definitely a thumbs up. This is something that you can play, that you can enjoy, and on top of that you can play this pretty casually, so you can enjoy this next to another MMO if you want to. And that's going to be it for this week, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.